Multiplayer is finally coming to Last Epoch. Hello travelers, Boardman21 here, and I'm back for a couple of days, so giving you guys a big update to that June development update that they put out, which changed a lot of things. Now, as you previously knew, when patch 8.5 came out, they announced that the next patch would be 8.6. Shortly after that, they delayed 8.6 to being the length of 2 patches instead of 1, meaning we weren't going to get it until September-ish. Well, now they've changed it to where 8.6 will not be the next update. Instead, the next major update will be 9.0, and it will come with a beta multiplayer, meaning multiplayer will go live, but it will still be a beta game. It's not the 1.0 release of the game. It just means we're going online. We will have server authority and everything will be online. Now, a couple of notes: that means that all your offline characters, everything that you have right now, you'll keep, but it will stay offline, or at least the last time that I've heard, that's how it's going to work. None of that will go online. And then second, when you make these characters online, these online characters, you will also still not get when 1.0 comes. Most of them, the last we heard, was they were going to move all your online stuff from beta to offline, so you do get to keep it, but it will not be part of your online when 1.0, the official launch, happens. So just to go over some of the things they did in this post, they told us that the CT multiplayer testing that they have going on is going amazing. Then they also said it was going so well that it's going to allow them to make it the next patch. Now, also remember that 8.6, while it was supposed to be coming September-ish, they do not give September-ish as the date for this, while 9.0, the multiplayer, will be the next large update they do. It could be after September, so they don't know exactly when it's coming yet, but when they do give a date, I will do a video on that. And then here's a little bit of footage. As you can see, some of the CT members playing in multiplayer, they got their party going, and it looks like it's a fun experience so far, and it looks pretty smooth, going well. Now, as I mentioned above, remember, you will still have an offline mode that will not be online, in which you'll still have all your characters and everything you can do, so there will be 2 separate modes, but it'll all be the same game. So another thing that they're working on, especially for the multiplayer patch and of course after, is optimization. They've recently finished their first pass of level optimization with all the maps that we have, and as you can see here, most of the maps are going from having a ton of calls, a ton of things that they have to draw onto the map, which can slow you down or slow your PC down, into a much lower number to give you a much better performance. Another big thing that's been part of the community feedback is combat feel, feeling like you're actually in the battle. And in the May development update, they mentioned that the combat feel, they have started to work on introducing new death animations as well as on-death effects. Over the last month, they've continued to tune these and get them ready for the updated combat feel experience for Last Epoch. In addition to these improvements, combat feel can be impacted by not only how you fight, but what you fight. And as such, we're expanding on enemy variety, adding completely new enemies and updating some older enemies to newer models and animation. So hopefully when multiplayer drops or after, that combat feel is going to continuously start to feel much better and make it feel like you're in the fight a lot more, and it looks like they're headed in the right direction for that. Speaking of new enemies, there is a new enemy called the Void Penis coming. You can see he looks pretty sick. I can't wait to fight him. Another Void enemy. Obviously Void is one of the more popular elements in the game, which is pretty cool. Can't wait to fight him. And then as I scroll down just a little bit more, you can see the on-death effect, and it's actually pretty sick. Now, I don't know if on-death effects will ever get to the point in the game where it's going to be different, but here you can see that he's using a melee slash effect, and it cuts it in half. However, I don't know if in the future, based on what skill it is that you actually used, or what type of skill it is, if that will change the on-death effects. I don't think it's going to get that immersive, but that is something we could hope for. But this one looks really good just as it is. Another new enemy we have is the Void Fused Earth, which is a Void Golem, which looks pretty sick. Can't wait to fight this one either. Also looks really good, and I really like his skills. The nice thing I really like about this when I look at it is it looks like the skills are a bit of a wind-up, so you can really see them coming and have time to dodge, and you can learn the mechanics of it. They'll also be updating equipment models. A lot of new models will be coming, obviously in multiplayer, and then after, they want to make sure that all of the new equipment that we have and all the equipment that's existing in the game has its 3D models and looks the best that it can. And then the Primalist, you can see some new outfits. Torch of the Phoenix, the 3D models for some of the weapons, still getting their updates and looking better than ever. And then one last big section that they're updating is summons. Now, we last revealed some of the new summon designs with the concept art of the new Primal Bear, Primal Sabertooth, and the Acolyte's Golem. However, there's another one that's getting a bit of a glow up. And with this summon, you're going to play a little game of Spot the Difference. If you've been following our dev streams, you may have already seen the teaser, no cheating, but here it is. You can see that the Forge Guard is getting a complete overhaul, and it looks so much better in its new form, and I can't wait to see all of the summons and basically everything in the game. A lot of the older models they have go from this kind of detail into this newer detail. The game is going to be looking really, really good. And that's going to be it for this update. How excited are you guys for multiplayer, which will be dropping in the next large update? And I can't wait to get my hands on it. Of course, once multiplayer is here, I will be spending a lot more time. I'll be back to streaming and doing a lot more videos on the daily. But until then, just let me know in the comments how excited you are and what you're looking forward to the most.